Hello everybody, welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build the awesome Stitch from, of course, Lilo and Stitch. This tutorial was requested by the awesome Heptopia. Thank you so much for the request, my friend. Link in the description below to Heptopia's channel, guys. If you want to go check her out, that really be awesome. Alright, so this guy is only small. He is 3D, he's not 2D, which is great. He does have only a select few materials. Blue wool. We're also going to need some black wool, as well as some light blue wool and some white wool. So only 4 materials. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a nice small space over here. You don't need a huge space because he is only a little fella. If you wanted to use this as a statue, say, or even just a little bit of decoration in your maybe Lilo and Stitch world, this is the perfect thing for you. So yeah, only 4 materials so far. I think there is one more material in a minute, but we'll get onto that in a sec. Alright then guys, that missing material was just some blue concrete. It's not exactly the most prominent material in this build, but it is still important for the ears and the hands that Stitch does have. So we definitely need to grab that as well. So taking our blue wool first of all, we're going to go ahead and place one. Then we're going to place another one just to the right of that. Then we're going to make 2 on top like that to make it nice, like a square shape basically. So it looks pretty good. Then we're going to take 3 more and we're going to go to the right of the build. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make another square of 2 like that. And now that kind of looks like 2 little feet. So we definitely want to keep that interpretation going. Then we're going to stick 2 blocks like that. And these need to go up by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 on each side like that. So make it nice and symmetrical now. That's definitely a key importance in this build. Making everything nice and symmetrical to make Stitch the best we can make him. So light blue wool in these little gaps over here, these kind of pillared gaps, to make his stomach, his belly area, nice and fluffy, nice and furry. We want to definitely incorporate that into the build as well. So now we've got this lovely shape going for us. It kind of looks a little bit like trousers with a little bit of feet at the bottom. That is great. That is what we wanted. It's perfect. So going around the back now, what we're going to do is place just up to the top of that other pillar we made of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. So 6 blocks on each of those at the moment. Then we're going to take our blue wool again. We're going to put 1 there and 1 there. Then we're going to put 1 up the top and 1 on the top of the other side. And then light blue wool in between those little gaps in a second. Okay, here we go. So we definitely want to leave this little gap over here because it's very important. We also want to stack these 6 high pillars up by 2 and then fill in the light blue, just so we can have a little bit of a gap between the actual belly and the head area, because we want to add Stitch's head in between those gaps now. So now we have that going for us. That is perfect. We can go ahead and maybe work on the... We'll probably work on the hands next. That'll be a good start to the build. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of depth to this build, so it's definitely a tricky one. So if you do need to pause the video at any point, please feel free to do so. But yeah. Let's go ahead, crack on with the hands. So now whilst we're on the front of the build, we can actually drop down here to the feet and add in 2 blocks of blue wool on each of those kind of feet we made earlier. And then 3 in that little gap back there, but only 1 of those even you're going to be able to see. So don't worry about the other 2 too much, but yeah, it's kind of important a little bit. So black wool, of course, for the toes, spaced out around the front. So 2 on the 3 at the front and then 2, well, 1 on each side even. Awesome. So now we have Stitch's feet in there, which is great. That's what we wanted. So coming to this 8 high pillar on the side of the build. This is on both sides, by the way, guys. Obviously nice and symmetrical, like we said at the beginning. We're going to go and we're going to grab our blue wool. This is very important. We definitely want to keep the same material throughout. We're going to go up by 3 for now, like so. And then drop out by 1. And then we're going to stick a 2 on top of that 1. And then this 2, we're going to go up to the... just underneath the 8 block high pillar we made. So that is actually on the 7th block high. Now we're going to do the exact same over here. So we're going to stack up 1 down here for now. 1. And then we're going to go 2. And then of course that is great. So we need to add another 3rd one on. But this actually goes up by 2. Of course. And then this goes up to the 7th block high for the pillar. So it's actually in line with where the belly ends as well, which is great. Awesome. This is adding, like I said, a little bit of depth to Stitch to make him a nice 3D model instead of just a 2D sort of pixel art look about him. If you guys wanted to build the front of him, you know, you could actually do this into a pixel art as well, which is great. Okay then guys, so the next step we need to do with our Stitch is we're going to take our blue wool and we're going to drop down diagonally from the belly area like that. And this is actually on the 3rd block, well the 4th block down from the 8 high pillar. sticking out a block on either side of the build, like so. And this is a referral for where the hand should go. We definitely want a little bit of a gap in between the feet there as well, so a 2-block high gap in between where we made the feet and then the hands themselves. So what we're going to do next is, as you can see, we're going to actually stretch this above the 8 high pillars. So this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on top now of that 1 block. So now it overhangs the build just a slight bit, which is great. And we've actually made the shape of Stitch's face. If you go and have a look at the other one, you can actually see it kind of curves around, which is cool. So we're going to add these 2 on the ends now, and that is where the hands actually start to go. We're going to stick a claw on the front there, like so, with the black wool, and then we're going to go ahead and stick another claw on the top. And this is to add the optical illusion at the beginning of the build. So blue concrete at the side there, blue wool on the bottom there, blue on the bottom, blue concrete on the top, and that's perfect. That's the front. We're going to go ahead and add a claw. There's actually a claw just there, and there's also one diagonally up from that but behind, like so. So you're going to need to place a block and then remove it. We are going to stick some blocks behind that in a minute, like this. So 2 lots of blue wool like that. We're also going to stick another 2 behind that in a minute. So let's take our claws and do the exact same over here. So 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top, like that. And that is actually an optical illusion. From the front it looks like he's holding his claws out when he's actually just holding them at the side. So we're going to add 3 onto the sides of the builds now. And that makes the hands look more connected to the body, really. Not like they're just kind of there, you know, they're not really attached to Stitch. So there we go. That is how to build the hands. That is pretty simple. It's not exactly the trickiest, but it can get a bit confusing if, you know, because I build really quick. So if you need to pause the video, like I said, feel free to do so. So now for the back of Stitch himself, before we get onto the actual head, we're going to need to kind of mark out where the head is going to go, so the back of the neck. We're going to go along by 5 blocks like that with our blue wool. We're going to leave a gap just there. We're going to go up by 2 on each side. And then for this middle block, we're going to go up and make a weird kind of plus sign at the back there. Then we're going to fill this in with light blue wool, like that. Then we're going to fill this out by light blue wool, so making that 5-block shape once again. And we're going to go up to the top with our light blue wool like this. And put a 3 just in that little gap there that we made earlier. Awesome. Now just fill in the gaps with our blue wool, like so. And then we can actually put a 5-block. Basically we're going to make like a massive tall pillar now with blue wool at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can go ahead, kind of connect these over with a 3 at the top, like so. And then we're going to fill this entire section in now with our blue wool. Apologies for the squeaking sound in the background, guys. That is not a cat or anything like that. That is actually my chair. It is so squeaky. It's unbelievable. It's very annoying when I'm trying to do uploads. So there we go. Now we have a neck basis for our head. So now we're going to add blue wool onto these claws, going out a block like this, facing towards us. And this is for Stitch's face now. So once we've done that, we can actually go ahead and stack another 2 behind that, and another 2 below that too. 2. And then add 3 in between that gap as well to fill those sections over. We're going to make Stitch's nose now, so we need to add basically a 6-block shape like this, so 3 and 3. And then we're going to go ahead and add light blue there, a stack of light blue just over here, that's 2 by the way, and 2 over this side diagonally out, and then 2 on the top diagonally across as well. So none of these are actually connected, like this. We're going to do the exact same over here, so 2 on the bottom, 2 on the left side, and then 2 over the top. By the way guys, again, none of these are connected. Nice. So 1 piece of white wool in the top corners of the eyes facing inwards, and they're supposed to act as the pupils. And then we're going to add black wool all the way around those for a little kind of block shape like that. Wicked. Now it's starting to take shape really. So fill in the gap in between the nose, like a T like that with the blue. Fill over the top like that. Nice one. Then we're going to fill in the corners and the below corners too. So there's no gaps on Stitch's face now. Alright then guys, so I'm actually going to start off with my right hand side ear. My right hand side even, I mean Stitch's, you know what I mean. But if you guys wanted to do the left first, all you'd have to do is basically do exactly the same as me, just the opposite way around. I am going to get onto the left one anyway, so if you want to stay tuned, feel free. So we're going to stack up 3 high like that, just behind Stitch's head, but only 2 are visible, like so. Now that we have that shape done, that is great, that is going to be a little marker for us. we can stack up 2 lots of light blue so that only 2 obviously are facing the front. Go down and up. Up by 4 along that 2 we just made. 1 out on that 3rd one, on the 2nd one out even. Then another one out, and then another one up, like so. So it's a very, very strange looking shape. So if you do need to like slow the video down or pause it to see that, that's totally cool. So blue concrete, blue wool, like that in those little gaps. Then we're going to come to the back, stack 2 up like that, and then bring this little pillar all the way down to the bottom, like so. We're going to stack it up 2 like that, so it's now like a B shape on the back. We can then go ahead and add a few more blocks off to the side of this pillar. So 2 just in line with that other 2 of the light blue, and then 1 in line with that other light blue, and then 1 just in a little gap there, so it now looks a little bit 3-dimensional as well. So again, doing the opposite for the left ear, we're going to go up by 3. I actually did this on the wrong block, so don't copy me at the second. You need to go 2 in from the head, definitely 2 in. So 3 up like that, and then of course we're going to stack up the 2 lots of light blue. Then we're going to go 2 again and add that 1. We're going to go ahead and add that 1 down here, and then 1 at the top too, like so. And then we're going to make this cool looking backwards L shape at the top. Wicked. Now we can go ahead and add blue wool in that little gap, and then stack this high above the light blue there. So that is out like that, and then add the out bits as well. So in line with the light blue, it's really, really helpful that it does that. Then obviously the blue concrete in that gap, and then the blue wool in that gap as well. Wicked. Now Stitch's ears are done, so he can actually hear us now, which is great. How's it going, Stitch? So we need to do the back of the head, because he is looking empty back here. So let's go ahead and do that now. So the first thing we definitely want to do is make sure that these ear pillar things connect up on each side. They make them look nice and symmetrical. Symmetrical is like the word of the day here. We definitely want to make sure they go into a nice section over here. So basically on the first pillar we made for the ears. So like that. It's a very weird looking shape, I know. And then we're just going to cut off the little sides there, just block off those little blocks. Then we're going to drag a pillar from this one down to the bottom in this little gap down here. And that'll just fill in a nice big hole in the side of Stitch's, the back of his head there, so we can kind of stitch him up a little bit. No pun intended, of course. So now we have that shape going. Obviously we filled in the little gaps. We can just add 3 blocks across the top, and then 3 blocks in that little gap in the middle. So now he is complete. He is done. He is looking mad fan good. That is brilliant. Look at that. Oh, almost forgot. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. So we're going to need to make a pillar this side as well. That was very bad. So where you can see these fingers or these thumbs, we're going to take out that block of blue wool. And we're also going to do it on the other side as well. Make sure we have it nice and symmetrical. And then just build up the pillars on each side for the kind of ear sections. Basically underneath the ears. Like so. So now we've actually finished the build, which is brilliant. Give yourselves a massive well done, because that was very, very tricky. I actually have Stitch here with me. What do you want to say, Stitch?
Oh, thank you for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please definitely smash a big like, that would be awesome. And if you want to stick around for more, please consider subscribing.
That was probably my worst impression of all time. I'm going to cringe when I'm watching this back to edit. Oh my god, that is so awful. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Please definitely drop a like if you did enjoy, and if you want to subscribe for more, please do that. That'd be amazing. Have an excellent day. Goodbye for now. I'm so sorry about the impression.